think he runs this place.
Who's he talking about? Oh, we got music. As far as the oldies. Not even the 50s. I don't know what it is.
As I said, I haven't really got it back.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy birthday, Elsie. Here, here. We want to thank Elsie. We're going to thank the family for sharing this beautiful lady with us. She is now famous in our RL community's lore for the things that she says and the way that she acts and the way she looks and who she is. We've grown to love her very much in a very short time. The fact is, it's one of those situations where, you know, when you meet somebody and immediately you just hit it off with them and you know that you got this simpatico. That's the way I felt the first minute that I met Elsie. And so from the management, the staff, and the residents here at Riverstone, I've looked up a few things that happened in 1913, and many of you may have done that yourselves, but Richard Nixon, Rosa Parks, Jimmy Hoffa, Burt Lancaster, and Willie Brandt were born. Harriet Tubman died that year. You know, the Harriet Tubman, yes. The Rockefeller Foundation was established with $100 million, which is $2.3 billion in today's dollars. And Ford, Henry Ford, added the first moving assembly line in 1913. A few things have happened in those years since you were born. Let's see, some other cool things. Grand Central Terminal opened in New York City in 1913. How many of you have been through there? Woolworth Building was the tallest building in the world. It was 57 stories. The first paved highway from all the way across the United States was completed that year. And the first dedicated drive-up gas station was opened in 1913. Wow. The national, women couldn't vote in 1913. The National Women's Party was founded, and women did win the right to vote in Norway, near where you were born, in 1913, but not yet here. The Mona Lisa was returned to the Louvre after having been stolen in 1911. Charlie Chaplin began his movie career. And South Africa made it illegal for blacks to buy property from whites. Gandhi, who was in South Africa at the time, was arrested for leading miners on the famous strike that year. And last but not least, income taxes became a part of the U.S. Constitution in 1913. And the first income tax was 1%, and it was on the top 2% of the earners and nobody else. Anyway, yeah, there you go. When we met Elsie, Jadonna, my wife, asked her, raise your hand, Jadonna. Jadonna asked Elsie, what's the secret to longevity? You know, how did you do it? How do you do it? And Elsie looked at her without a pause, and she goes, you got to live a little, you got to give a little, and you got to let your heart break a little. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Does anybody else want to come up here and make a toast?
And we have a gift from RLC.
Yeah, there's a gift. Yes.
Mom, you guys going to? You and Marilyn?
Cheers. Oh, really?
Yeah.
The children should toast. Is it any of the children want to
Right
say?
here. Go right here.
Two.
There you go. Tell us a mama story.
Jackson, sit down. We're not done.
Okay.
I didn't drink, so it was not official yet. Hold on.
Hey, John.
Here, here.
John, walk over here real quick. Just have we want a picture with her also.
Okay.
Don't do that.
And you had so many pictures today. I know you.
There's a part of you that
Cola time?
experiences every aspect of your life.
Well, first
Focusing.
of all, I want to thank everyone for coming today and celebrating with Mom her special 100 years of life. Yay! Okay, how exciting this is. When I think of Mom, I think of love. Because we've been taught to love one another, and she is a prime example of this. She has touched her family over and over again with her kindness and love, and we've been very blessed. Cheers to you, Mom.
Okay, I'm going to give you some facts about Elsie Marie Lindgren. Exactly 100 years ago today, Elsie was born in Vimmerby, Sweden. When she was still a child, a toddler actually,
They can't hear you over there.
okay.
They're saying you're so
When
loud.
she was,
That's further.
when she was a toddler, she left Sweden with her parents, Henry and Hilma, and her older sister, Eva, and they went by boat to the United States through Ellis Island. Eventually, they settled in Burlington, Iowa. She had 3 brothers. Their names were Elmer, Pete, Stanley, 3 sisters, Eva, Margaret, and Ruth. And then she met Lloyd Lothrick, who became her husband. And he took her away to Peoria, Illinois, where she lived 70 years. And then she had an adopted sister, which is Juanita, that has been a friend for 60 years. Right there.
Juanita!
Okay, we have 3 things that my mother loves. My sister's going to tell you the first one.
Okay, where's my note card here? Besides her golf and bridge, you know how much she loved that, her family and friends.
Her favorite joke is, are you ready for the punchline, Mom? If a bean is a bean, what is a pea?
Give it to us. What's it?
Come on,
What's
da
it?
da da da.
What is it?
Say it again.
Pretzel?
Okay, if a bean is a bean, what is a pea, Mom? A relief. And her favorite song was Glory. Wait a minute. Oh, The Story of Love by Otis Redding. And I think we heard it earlier. But we're going to tell you the verses, and then we're going to sing it together. Have we got any singers here?
Okay.
Okay, Mom. We're going to just talk it together, okay, and tell them the verse. You've got to give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. Okay, all together. And can you plug along with us?
Be sharp.
Andy. I don't know. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. You've got to give a little, take a little,
I just wanted to say one thing.
He can't just say one thing.
Most of us here are in some way related to Elsie. Frank and I through our favorite mother-in-law. But everybody else just sort of has bloodlines.
You're the favorite, Mel, remember?
Sorry.
Well, you're the oldest. Anyway, most everybody wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Elsie, and that's special. But I did want to acknowledge one thing. This party wouldn't have been here. In fact, Elsie wouldn't have been in Riverstone finding this location if Kelly Renault, where's Kelly?
Come on up.
Kelly,
Come on up.
if Kelly hadn't found this wonderful place, went over to Peoria area, and Juanita stole her away, right? Stole Elsie over here and brought her here. And this party that you're seeing here wouldn't have been possible without all the work of Kelly. And we all appreciate that.
Yeah. Indeed.
Does anyone else have any stories about Elsie? they
Oh,
would like to
Juanita, we
tell?
want Juanita to give a good story.
You
Where's
got a
Juanita?
story, Juanita?
Come on, Juanita, give us a good one. Juanita, give us a good story about Grandma.
I guess a bad one about it.
Yeah! Tell us a margarita story, Juanita, with you and Grandma and the margaritas.
You found a fly, the margarita
What you eat? We golfed together, we bowled together, and we played bridge together. And we always had a great time.
Drank margaritas together.
Anything else either way.
You got any stories?
You got a story about Elsie? No, okay.
Right here.
Wow, doesn't she make 100 look good?
Okay, let's celebrate.
Can I start off with a special song for her?
Yeah, let's do a special song.